I just got through watching the video about Cyraxx talking about him saying that he's not to blame of Marty's death. Now, accordingly, Marty's brother-in-law, I believe, um, said that Cyraxx is to blame, and before Marty passed, Marty wrote Cyrax's name and said that it was all Cyrax's fault that he did what he did. Now, honestly, I don't know how Marty passed away. I honestly don't know. It's still a mystery on how he passed away. Like I knew he passed away, but I don't know how he did. I'm hearing different sides of stories. Some say it was a drug overdose or something. I don't know. Or Marty just committed suicide because he just couldn't take it. I don't know, people. I'm just saying on what I've heard on how Marty passed away. And Cyraxx sitting there saying that, well, I tried to tell Marty to lay off them drugs and everything like that. I told him that, but let me just say this though. I think what it is of Marty's death, that this feud really took its toll on Marty. It really took its toll on him. How Cyraxx still going through this is beyond me, but Marty constantly been going back and forth with Cyraxx, constantly took an effect on his health because YouTube has been going at it for a minute, and I'm just saying, even though Marty always wins, I mean Marty always get the best of Cyraxx, but in the end, it was really affecting the man's health. Marty probably never showed it. He probably never shared it with nobody or told anybody on social media that this feud between me and Cyraxx is really taking this toll on me, people. Even though I'm winning and I got the best of Cyraxx, I pull up on him and I beat him up. And, I made him look stupid on panel and everything like that. But, in the end, I think it really took a huge effect on Marty's health. I think it really pressed him. It really pressured him a lot, especially when, and I could kind of see Marty was kind of like I don't think Marty wanted to tell people that he wanted to end this feud, but I can kind of tell that he really wanted to walk away from this. And the reason why I can tell that Marty kind of wanted to walk away from this feud between him and Cyraxx, because when Marty got on that phone and he called the police and he just saying like, hey man, this man keeps harassing me and this and that. And even though the police officer gave Marty a great advice, like, why don't you just block the guy? In which I agree with the police officer. I felt like Marty should have just ignored Cyraxx. But I think because people kept pressing him and saying, hey, Marty, hey, Cyraxx making the videos about you, this and that. And, I think that probably took its toll on Marty's health. I think it did. I think it really put Marty under a lot of pressure. And again, even though Marty was winning, I think it was a lot of pressure, especially when you got to deal with somebody like Cyraxx every day, especially when you got people praising you and saying, come on, Marty, make more videos about Cyraxx, get Cyraxx on panel and this and that. I think that put him under a lot of pressure. And I don't think Marty really shared that with nobody. I'm just guessing on what may be the cause of all this. You know what I'm saying? Um, I mean, at the end of the day, Cyraxx the Goblin sat there and wished death on Marty numerous times. Numerous times. He has. And y'all notice, and I mentioned this a couple of months ago. Y'all notice that every time when Cyraxx go up against somebody, somebody's always losing, somebody's always dying. Like Gordon died, and Cyraxx was accused of some chick committed suicide and this and that. And you hear about Marty. Y'all notice that every time somebody kind of like gets in the feud with Cyraxx, they end up losing their life. Like they end up dying. That's kind of weird though. It really is. It's really strange. I mean, I don't blame Marty's brother feeling the way how he's feeling. I mean, Cyraxx, you sat there and talk shit about the man's brother. You talk shit about You talk shit about John's brother. So of course John gonna sit there and back him up. Of course he is. Of course he's gonna back up Marty. Maybe if you had a stepbrother Cyraxx or a real brother, maybe you would understand that why he's doing what he's doing. Because I don't blame him for what he's doing to you, Cyraxx. I honestly don't blame him. You sat there and you spit on Marty's grave. I don't know why you sitting there pretending like you care about Marty, Cyraxx, when you really don't. You glad Marty's gone. I mean, you wish death on him. I mean, honestly, Cyraxx, why don't you just keep it a buck and just tell everybody and say, yeah, this is a win-win for me. I even said this last year. I said, I don't know why you pretend like you care that Marty's gone. You know you happy that he's gone. It's a victory for you. But you thought that Marty was being gone. You thought that the trolling stuff was going to be over with. No, the trolling stuff it is not over with, Cyraxx. It's gotten a whole lot of worse on you there. A whole lot worse since Marty been gone. A whole lot worse. But yeah, people, that's what I think what it is though. Cyraxx, because it just amazed me that Cyraxx still living through this. It amazed me. I think Cyraxx immune to this. I think because you can definitely see that it took its toll on Marty. It really has. And Cyraxx, I honestly don't know how in the world he's still alive. All these years, you've been dealing with this drama, Cyraxx. You and Marty has been going at it for years. And you're still alive? You're still alive. I mean, it really, I mean, you can look at Cyraxx and tell it took its toll on him. It definitely took its toll on Cyraxx. Because Cyraxx don't look like his age. He looked like a 60-some-year-old man. Cyraxx looked older than Ed. I'm not going to lie. Cyraxx looked a whole lot older than Ed. But, yeah, man. Could Marty have walked away from this? Yeah, he could have. He could have ignored Cyraxx. I mean, honestly, if I was feuding with someone like Cyraxx for years, yes, I would have ignored Cyraxx. I would have just blocked him. I wouldn't keep responding to him. Maybe here and there I might respond to Cyraxx, but I'm not gonna keep going at Cyraxx for 7 to 8 years straight. It's just no way. It ain't no way. It ain't no way that I'm gonna sit there and keep that feud going that long with somebody like Cyraxx. And sometimes, even though you got the big win over that person, even though people out there is rooting for you, like they was rooting for Marty, sometimes you got to be the bigger person. And I just wish, rest in peace, Marty. I just wish that Marty should have just been like, hey, Cyraxx, I done went down there in Ohio. I done pulled up on you. I went to Ohio. I pulled up on you. I beat you up. I embarrassed you on panel. I got nothing else to prove to you. And I honestly think that that's where Marty should have just stopped. I think right there, and I've said this, I've mentioned this before. I think the best part for Marty, where he should have stopped, when he beat up Cyraxx. That should have ended right there. Marty should have been like, bro, I done been down to Ohio. I done whooped your ass. I got nothing else to say to you. I beat you up, had you screaming, had you crying, had you running home. What else for me to say, Cyraxx? Because honestly, if I was Marty and I beat up somebody like Cyraxx, I wouldn't keep making videos about it because I already got a video of me beating you up. So why do I have to keep going back and forth with you when I went down there and video recorded me beating you up? And I think that's where Marty should have just ended it right there. Now, Cyraxx probably still would have kept making videos and still kept talking junk about Marty, but Marty should have just, bro, my health means more than this beef. Okay? My health means more. If I had to pick this internet drama or my health, I pick my health. My health comes first. Screw all this internet beef. Screw all this trying to make the audience happy because I'm going at Cyraxx. No, my health means more. And I just wish that whatever, how Marty died, I just wish he made a better choice in that on whatever, how he died. I don't know. Maybe you guys out there can give me details in the comment sections and let me know how did Marty die. I honestly don't know. I just heard rumors on how he died. So I'm not 100% sure on how he died. But yeah, man. When you feuding with somebody on the internet for 7, 8 years straight or 10 years straight, yeah, it's gonna take its tolls on you. I don't care how young, how old are you. It can really take effect on your health. And we all see this. The feud between Marty and Cyraxx. And this should be a warning to everybody on social media. Don't go down the same path like Marty and Cyraxx, because someone could end up losing their life. Even though we can all sit here and we can all laugh at Cyraxx and this and that, someone actually died in this feud, and it's not funny. Marty died, and it's not funny. It's not funny at all. Someone lost their life over this internet drama stuff. So I advise a lot of people out there, don't follow the same path like Marty and Cyraxx, especially if you can't handle the pressure. If you can handle the pressure, all right, you ain't got to worry about it. But if it's taking effect on your health, like your mental health, then somebody needs to be the bigger person and say, hey, my health means more than this internet drama. My health means more than trying to impress these people. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But you know what, Cyraxx? You're already paying for your karma already. All you're wishing death on Marty and this and that. You already getting your karma. You're getting your karma. You see what he's dealing with, people. He's still getting trolled. People still going to his house. Cyraxx still paying for his karma. He's getting his karma. Marty's in the other world right now, still laughing and shaking his head at Cyraxx like, wow. Marty's probably saying, I'm in heaven right now, and I'm still laughing at Cyraxx. Cyraxx just still haunted by me. I'm surprised Cyraxx don't make a video saying he woke up and he saw Marty standing right there in front of his bed. That would be funny if Cyraxx say something like that. But anyway, y'all, that's all I'm gonna say about this, man. Yeah, rest in peace to Marty, man. I just hope, just don't go down don't make the same mistake like what Marty made if this internet drama takes its toll on you. Because like I said, I honestly don't understand how in the world Cyraxx is still living. I guess dealing with all this drama and all this stuff, I guess he's immune to it. Like I said, people, Cyraxx just immune to all this internet stuff, all this drama going back and forth. But it is what it is, people. It is what it is. Anyway, I'm out, y'all. Peace.